Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we return for the NFL Week 7 show. How's everybody doing out there today? As you come in, please click the like button, because we're going to do this every Sunday, no matter what. Every Sunday, right before church, we're going to do this right here. Right here, right here. All right, first things first, let's talk about what happened at the end of Week 6 before we continue into Week 7. And Week 6, I took a few L's. My Cowboys took a L, but I did pick the Packers to get upset. That was my good pick of the week there. I like that pick because, as everybody can see, the Packers do not look like they are ready to play football at all. You know, hey, this is what happens. You know, when you take all the money, it's like Aaron Rodgers took all the money. You have to trade players just to play them, you know. And, hey, I already said, hey, there's no team in the NFL that's going to win the Super Bowl paying their quarterback the max that he can get paid. That's just not how it goes. And Tom Brady is the guy that showed you that that's the way to do things. That's why Tom Brady's got 7 of those rings, or 6, or how many he's got. Hell, I lost count. He's had so many of those rings because Tom Brady never takes the max. So, hey, that's what it is. Ty, we'll get to your sorry-ass Eagles, who have a bye week this week. And if they didn't have a bye week, I would probably bet against them. But anyway, the last week games that surprised me, I'm just going to say that I can't believe the Bills went into Arrowhead and took them out. You know, that was surprising. I expected the Vikings to beat up on the Vikings. To beat up on the Dolphins, you know. Oh, are you in here, Ty? Let's get him. Where is he? Where you at? All right, let's bring him in. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia Capper himself. Now, listen to this. Look at that. He's dropping his microphone. He's so excited to tell all of you guys a bunch of lies. Listen to this.
No. That's not what happened.
Here he is.
But I'm talking about Green Bay. I ain't talking about the Eagles.
No, Green Bay's trash.
They wide receiver left because he wanted more money and they didn't give it to him.
Let me ask you this though. Okay.
No. Wait. Before you finish that, he left for that money. He got his money. Now look how sad he is right now. He done whooped somebody's ass and then got fucking sued because he did it.
He did. He's frustrated because he's losing. No, that's what it is. But listen, yeah, that's true. He's not the only wide receiver who left to go get paid. You see, Tyreek Hill did the same thing. See, people fail to realize that. Tyreek Hill wanted out of there, and that's why Tyreek Hill. You look at it; they're letting somebody else wear number 10 over there in Kansas City. He left on bad terms. That was, I see what you're saying, Ty, as far as, he wanted to get paid. Look, everybody wants to get paid. You can't, but Ty, you can't fault a wide receiver for wanting to get paid when the quarterbacks are making all the money.
I understand, but they offered him a big contract. He even said he turned that contract down because he wanted even more. Now you went to a situation where you don't look good no more. You're not doing what you used to do the year before, and now you're losing. So now you look bad.
Now, hold up that mirror, right? Right up to Aaron Rodgers, and that's the same conversation we're having. Aaron Rodgers wanted all the money. Can't keep them both, so you kept Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have that wide receiver. Now he don't look as good no more. It's the same thing. You can hold that mirror up. That's the same conversation we're having. The only difference is he plays a quarterback position that is not his body is not beaten up like a wide receiver's body who's getting beat up. The wide receivers take punishment. They go across the middle. They break fingers. And all. Man, you might as well put a dress on these quarterbacks. Now when you sack them, you get unsportsmanlike conduct, and the sack don't count anymore. I mean, listen, Aaron Rodgers could have took less money. And the reason why he needed to take less money, and I'm going to throw this out here at you. Think about this. Besides Reggie White, who is the last big free agent that went over to Green Bay? Nobody goes there. That's not an attractive place for free agents. Nobody wants to go. They're not going to ever attract free agents in Green Bay unless they build a new stadium. And you know they're not going to build none. Lambeau Bowl is like freaking the Taj Mahal. They're not going to let you tear it down and build a new one. But unless they get a dome stadium that holds about 70-something thousand fans, you know, they can never get a Super Bowl because they don't have the kind of hotel capacity to get one out there in Green Bay. So, you know, that is something that they have to understand. When you're not an attractive free agent place, destination, you have to sign your homegrown players, man. You got to sign those dudes because they're going to go somewhere else. Ain't nobody staying over there in Green Bay. Those dudes leave. I mean, Cobb came back, but that's because Dallas didn't want him no more.
Hey, but I bet you if he could go back, I bet he'd go back right now.
Man, let me tell you something. Green Bay is done. You know, you can't, and this is a lot of, not only is Green Bay done, but a lot of Aaron Rodgers' so-called credibility is also done. With him talking about how he's the best quarterback and, you know, all this other stuff. He's the best quarterback, but Tom Brady's winning all the rings.
You gotta stop this.
No, I'm tired of this Aaron Rodgers stuff.
You have to realize Aaron Rodgers starts off, he starts off a lot of times like this, where they don't look good. And then he always finished first in the division.
I don't think it looked like this before. This is the worst it's ever looked.
Yeah, go back and look. It's him. Well, let me see. Him, either the Vikings, because Chicago always suck. I'm sorry. I'll lay that, but they suck, bro. I've been telling people this for years.
I try to tell Post Up that. Post Up don't want to hear it. They go Post.
You can't tell a Chicago fan nothing about Chicago.
You can't. You know, Post Up being there. My Bears. What are we doing here? What are we doing? They stink. You know, I don't know what to tell you, Post. The Bears are trash.
So you can't tell them nothing. But it's years that Chicago should have been first in the division and couldn't win and do it. And Green Bay started off rough, and then they took over and won the division. The Vikings not going to win none. They always got a good team. Kirk Cousins fold every year.
Yeah, but he wins. Folds. He does win. But, hey, I want to give a shout-out to my cousin Rob, who just came in. He says, like the Jazz. But, hey, Rob, how about them Yankees, bro? Get the brooms out. The Yankees are straight trash. Get them up out of here. You're going to let the cheating-ass Astros beat you. But anyway, yeah, you Eagles beat my Cowboys. You know, I took the L on that. I'm glad we didn't bet something. But we can bet on the next game. You know,
I'm going to admit this to you. I had talked mess about your quarterback, saying he was trash. But he showed me something. I wouldn't even put Dak in right. I would leave him in one more game.
Nah,
because he showed he could do it.
Nah, the Lions is easy work. But think about this. Another way, the quarterback position in the NFL is all about confidence, right? Much like a baseball player, it's all about confidence. What better team to play than to get your confidence than the Detroit Lions? They are terrible. They are sad. I'm ready to put a parlay up right now. Cowboys, take the over. Boom, right there. Bet 100, get you a couple grand. That's the best way to do this, man. The Cowboys they can get healthy real quick against the Lions. Lions are trash.
And then they can put up 48 points real quick too.
Yeah,
depends on which ones goes out there.
Yeah, not against that Dallas defense. Ain't nobody putting up 48 points. Man,
it depends.
Listen,
I mean, people said the Eagles weren't gonna score 12.
Yeah, but come on, man. The Eagles got gifted 2 interceptions. You got to get that. That's what you guys scored. Yeah, that was gifted.
That's why I get one of them interceptions. I don't blame him for, but the other 2, they got hit. The ball got hit, and it got took.
And then you had CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb gave up on the play. One of those. He big time trash. I always said we traded the wrong wide receiver. Listen, first of all, I don't trust long-haired wide receivers anyway. That's just what. I don't trust football players who play in skill positions like wide receiver, quarterback, having long hair. I just don't like that. They worried about how their hair look. I don't like it. That's just me. I don't trust him. CeeDee Lamb always worried about his hair and all that. Man, come on, CeeDee. You're killing me, brother. You're killing me. But, hey, yeah, I don't like that. He worried about my hair look good when he's doing them little poses and putting his finger across his nose. And man, I can't stand that, brother. I can't wait for him to get up out of here. We are not paying you number 1 money. Get your ass up out of here. No wide receiver that leaves the Cowboys amounts to anything after they leave. That's one thing Jerry do. Jerry knows about his wide receivers. And when Jerry says you ain't good enough to be in a Cowboys uniform no more, you ain't. Look, Cole Beasley died. Remember that dude? Remember my man, what's his name? Tony Romo used to throw this dude all those touchdowns. And he went and got a big contract from the Jaguars. He died. Like, yo, listen, man.
Look where he went. Look where he went.
Oh, hey, I'm just saying. Alvin Harper. Remember he left Dallas? He left Dallas for Tampa Bay. He went and died. Yo, if you lead the Cowboys at the wide receiver position, you are
to
not.
A trash team, yeah, you gonna die. If you go to a trash
but
team,
if you
gonna die.
But wait a minute, you leaving here talking about you're gonna be a number one. So that's why you left. You saying you're number one. So if you are number one and you leaving, show me something. Show me what you're doing. All those Cowboys.
Wait, hold on. So how could you say that for them? But when Devontae Adams just left for the more money and be the number one, and he out there looking like he a scrub.
Well,
how come it's for him then?
First of all, he went to Vegas. Come on, man.
No, I just said the same thing for your rival. See, he went to the Jaguars. When the last time they been good?
Yo, what are you talking about? They really beat the Patriots that time. They referee called that dead ball, and Buddy picked that fumble up and ran it in. They was good with Blake Bortles. What was that, 3-4 years ago? That was a Super Bowl team. They beat that.
Look how long you have to go back.
Bro, that ain't, bro, listen, okay,
time.
I said 4 years. My Cowboys ain't won in 26 years, okay? So how far back you talking, all right? That's only 4 seasons ago. So don't talk about me with time, bro. I don't want to hear it.
Hold on. I ain't knocking you, bro. I know the struggle.
Yeah, you know the struggle. Fucking Eagle fans.
I got whooped. We got whooped though too. You know how long I had to get laughed at with the Eagles? How many years I done went? And then we finally won one and couldn't nobody tell me nothing.
Now the problem I got with the Eagles is they did Randall Cunningham dirty. Cunningham was one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league for at least 4 years. And they gave him Fred Barnett, Calvin Williams, Keith Byers, like bums. He go over to Minnesota, he's got Moss and Carter and Jake Reed. He's a beast. They never gave Randall weapons over there in Philadelphia. They gave him a defense because that's all Buddy knew was defense. And Rich Kotite and the rest of those bums, that's what they knew. But they did Randall dirty. And Randall Cunningham, even though I'm a Cowboy fan, I always rooted for Randall Cunningham. Because to me, he is still the best black quarterback that has ever played. There's none better than him. Don't give me that Michael Vick. He's trash compared to Randall. McNair's trash compared to Randall. Russell Wilson, you see what he is. Randall ain't never looked like this. This is just bad. Russell Wilson is trash. Oh, my God. What happened, boy? I know right now, somewhere the Seahawks are sitting here laughing. They're like, yo, we did it again. Remember we paid Buddy all that money and we started Russell Wilson? Who's that guy? He was Green Bay's backup. They paid him a shit ton of money, but then they chose Wilson, the rookie, to be the starting quarterback. They got up from underpaying him, and now they dodged a $225 million bullet, did the Seahawks. And they got draft picks for it. And Geno's playing good. That's a win, bro. They're playing with house money right now. They got draft picks. They got a good quarterback. Yo, house money.
I don't think that Seahawks dodged the bullet. I think they sent him into a messed up situation. Because that line ain't as good as the Seahawks line.
Seahawks is built on what? Running game and defense.
Yeah.
But Russell,
he went to a situation that wasn't meant for him. But he had to go because they traded him.
But to be fair, Ty,
the Seahawks did good, but I'm talking about as far as Russell Wilson. Now he out there looking trash and scared. The Seahawks did good. I give you that. But Russell Wilson, he's screwed.
Yeah, he's done. And here's the sad thing is, he's got to eat it. He can't go nowhere. Yep. You know, that's guaranteed. They can't. Do you realize they cannot cut him until 2025? And then even then, if they cut him, they have $31 million in dead cap space. Yo, that is brutal. That is brutal. So, for all my video game fans out there, Russell Wilson will be with the Seahawks almost as long as Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation. So, that being said, So,
Wait a minute. You brought that up. I'm glad. No, I'm gonna wait till you talk about it because
nah,
I
yeah,
got a
yeah,
question for
yeah,
you.
yeah, we'll get there. Let's knock out this NFL picks, and then we'll get on to that. Because this I don't like this week. This week is trash. All right, let's go with the first game. The first game, we'll go with Dallas versus the Lions. This is a 1 o'clock game. I hate 1 o'clock Cowboy games because that's really noontime out there in Texas. The team always seems to have like a slow start. I never liked the Cowboys playing them 12 o'clock games because, I don't know what they was doing all night or whatever. I'm taking the Cowboys versus the Lions. I know
That's
you.
starting, right?
Yeah, he's Dak starting this week. Yep, Dak starting. So I'm taking the
I'm
Cowboys.
going with Dallas.
All right, you
I'm
gonna
going
take
with Dallas.
Oh, look at this, folks. The Eagles fan is taking Dallas. I'm gonna put a little star right here because that means my man Ty took Dallas. And we got another 1 o'clock game. I mean, this is at implications on both of us. It's the Giants versus the Jaguars. They are in Jacksonville. Who are you taking on this game? Actually, the league, they favor Jacksonville by 3. Yeah, you taking the Giants?
I'm going with Giants.
He going Giants. So Ty going Giants. I'm going Jaguars because I need them to lose because I'm in 3rd place. So I'm going with the Jaguars. All right, now this game's funny right here.
Wait a minute. So you only picking them because you want them to lose and not going
Hey.
off what you see?
Ty, half of the game is cap, brother. I got a cap. I need this to happen. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to FanDuel, open this FanDuel app, and I'm going to take the Jaguars too. They're +3. Because they're at home, and nobody really believes the Giants. See, here's the thing. A lot of people are putting money on the Giants because people don't know if the Giants are really that good or is Green Bay that bad, which segues me into this game. We have the Packers versus the Commanders. Another game that has implications on our division that we like. Believe it or not, I'm taking the Commanders. Green Bay has showed me nothing.
On Green Bay.
Oh my God, Ty taking Green Bay.
Tripping.
I'm taking the Commanders. But look, Green Bay ain't showed me nothing. I'm sorry. If you get to the track, right, and you see somebody about to run a race and they got one artificial leg, no offense to anybody out there who's got an artificial leg, are you going to bet on him or the guy that got 2 real legs? I'm sorry. I've seen this.
Well, the Redskins ain't got no legs.
Yeah, they do. They got
They're
2
going
legs.
with the artificial. Okay, well, I'm going Green Bay. You
All
go
right.
ahead and go Redskins.
I'm taking Redskins. Now look at this game. This is. I don't know what's up with the Titans. The Titans, well, I mean, man, they're 3-2. They're at top of their division, but I don't think they've really played well yet. And they are playing Indy, who's also 3-2, but they have a tie. I think I think they had a tie this year. Not sure. I try to do a lot of this shit off of memory, which is going to end up biting me in the ass. But the Titans are at home. I'm taking the Titans over the Colts. What do you like in that game?
Oh, yeah. I don't even like the Colts.
They got a good
I don't
run.
like
They got a good run game. I mean, they're a very dull team. Nothing over there excites me. At least with the Giants, I hate the Giants, but at least Saquon Barkley excites me. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing Buddy run and all that other stuff, man. And then some teams they don't excite me. Kansas City excites me, but some teams are just like, the Bears is one of those teams. Even the Patriots are like a boring team. I mean, they win, but they're boring.
The Bears excite me because I know they're going to get everybody hopes up high. Smash! They lose.
Yeah, there you go. Now
that's the exciting part for them.
Now this game is funny. This might be what we call the toilet bowl. We got Houston versus the Raiders. I think the Raiders will finally get a win here. Here we are at home. I'm taking the Raiders against the Texans. Who you like in this game?
I ain't giving them nothing. I'm going with Houston.
Oh my God! Ty said he is going with Houston. Man, wow! He'll give it. Listen, he's got no respect for the Raiders.
No, I don't. And I don't even feel bad for Devontae Adams either, because I don't think he actually sat down and thought about what he was doing.
He thought about his wallet.
Anywhere.
He thought about his wallet, bro. He thought about.
Bro,
you gotta understand.
He should have went to the Ravens.
But you gotta understand. But his contract and Tyreek Hill's contract reset the wide receiver market because the Cowboys thought they were overpaying Amari Cooper for what he was doing. And they thought that Amari wasn't playing up the par, and that's why they shipped him out of town. When actually it's CeeDee Lamb that doesn't play up the par. They got rid of the wrong wide receiver. I always thought the Cowboys got rid of the wrong. I would have kept Amari Cooper. He still to this day has the biggest, open rate when the separation running a route. He still has the biggest separation rate. and because he's a smooth, crisp route runner. And I get it. There's big games that he didn't show up. I mean, look, not everybody's built for this. Some people aren't, man. That's what it is. All right, so you got the Jets versus the Broncos. The Jets are running high right now. New York fans need something to cling on to because the Yankees are done. The Mets stink. The Giants are rolling. And the Jet fans, they want their team to win too. So you got the Jets versus the Broncos. We saw what Russell Wilson looked like. We saw that. That was pitiful. So I'm taking the Jets.
Russell Wilson not playing. He hurt.
He hurt again. Oh, so even more reason to take the Jets. Are you taking the Jets or are you taking the
Yeah,
Broncos?
I'm taking the Jets too. I want them to take them in the first place.
Now, what if the Broncos get good quarterback play? They are at home, and they beat the Jets.
No.
He said no.
No.
He said no. Russell Wilson's
even if they do good quarter, what about the defense? The defense give up too many points.
Speaking of which, remember Randy Gregory from the Cowboys, after we covered up all of his weed, dope smoking, making sure that he played, Jerry Jones did everything, gave clean piss for this guy to play, and he went out and left us for the Broncos, and he's out 7 weeks. Arthroscopic knee surgery. Peace out, Gregory. We save money not signing your clown ass. Next game we got is the damn Chiefs versus the Niners. Niners are at home. Chiefs just lost to Buffalo. I know people say I go from 0 to 10 real quick, but I think this is a must-win game for the Chiefs. Not saying that they're going to win, but I think this is a must-win for the Chiefs. The 49ers, the 49ers not going to go quiet. We all know they all about that defense. They're 3-3 versus a 4-2 Kansas City team. Kansas City just lost to Buffalo. Defense does win games.
They lost to a good team, though. They lost to a good team.
They did. Buffalo can bring it defensively and offensively. They can. I'm taking the 49ers. So I can't be taking no Chiefs, man.
What? I'm going Chiefs.
I'm taking 49ers. Woo, man, I'm glad I'm keeping records and receipts now, boy. I can't wait till next week. You better make sure you're here, too. And we're going to go.
I'm going to be here.
All right, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're going to do this every Sunday. We're going to get these games. See what we really know. Because a lot of us, we talk football back here. But do we really know football? See? That's the difference here. Some people can talk it. Some people know it. But we're going to see. Next game we got here. Ooh, this is a good game here. This is a 4 o'clock game, 4:25 game. Seahawks at Chargers. I like this game. I might actually watch this.
Game, did you? Did you skip the Ravens versus the Browns?
No, I haven't gotten there yet, but we'll get there.
Okay. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, I know it was an earlier game than the ones he was naming.
Yeah, it is Ravens. You know what? Let's go to Ravens and Browns, since you mentioned that. Let's go Ravens and Browns. Well, I tell you what. I know who I ain't taking. And that's the Ravens. Yo, bro. I am taking the MF'd Browns versus the Ravens. Who are you taking?
I feel the same way you do, but I'm going to have to go with the Browns. No, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens, not the Browns. I'm going to say the Ravens go. I know I shouldn't be betting on them because they've been letting me down every time I see them winning and they lose, but I'm going to have hope that they come through with the win.
Oh, man, Ty is going with the Ravens. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm taking the Browns. Listen, my man Lamar Jackson, he probably should have took that money. I get it. It's not just him. It's not just him. But here's why I say that. Here's the method to my madness. Now, what if he goes out here and tries to play hero and says, hell, I'm Randall Cunningham from the Eagles in 91, and goes try to start running around and get his legs broke? Because
that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is he's proving himself. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and their defense is terrible now. That's not the defense they used to having. So, of course, it can't look that bad on him because he's scoring, but the defense letting the other team score, so now he got to keep scoring.
Yeah.
Brother, why you come to me crying, man? Okay, what you want?
That's what Eagle fans do.
But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's going to end up making it worse on them because he going to look good and the defense looking bad.
Now this next game here, this is a weird game. Because I looked at the spread because they traded Christian McCaffrey. So the numbers just went up. I think freaking Tampa's like plus 12 or 13 or something like that. It's crazy out here. It's the Buccaneers versus the Panthers. I think we both probably would take
Yeah,
Tampa.
you know the answer to that. They weren't winning anyway.
Yeah.
Could have been that one go do no good. It's over
Yeah,
with.
yeah. So yeah, we agree that yeah, Tampa gonna stop a mud hole in him. Tom Brady,
But Tom ain't looking too good either. He ain't looking
no,
too
he
good, but I'm
not.
gonna give him that win.
Yeah, he gonna give him this win. Then next we had, this is an interesting game. Falcons, Bengals.
Uh,
Bengals had to dig themselves. They did pretty good digging themselves out of a hole. Thank God that the Ravens are having a dumb start, because now the Bengals can like, yo, we can exhale. We're both 3-3. So we can be like, hey, look, let's make our move now, because man, if the Ravens don't start out as trash as they did, the Bengals will be buried in that division. And they're not. I mean, hell, look, Steelers and Browns are buried in that division, but they might get W's this week.
boy,
But
Trubisky coming out that division.
oh, yeah. Yo, yeah, this division is something else, bro. But hey, listen, if I gotta make a pick, I gotta take the Bengals. They're at home against the Falcons. The Dirty Birds. Shout out to King's Blood.
I was giving it them anyway.
Yeah, King's Blood. He a Falcon fan. They 3-3 too, but I know King probably sitting here saying, "What the hell?" Yeah, King, your Falcons are going down, bro. Yeah, we taking the Bengals. We definitely taking the Bengals. All right, so what are we missing here on this list? Here we got Browns and Patriots. I mean, come on, we know what's gonna happen here. Yeah, I mean, we don't even have to discuss the details of this game. Shout out to Post Up. Post, you guys are gonna get smoked. Yeah, and you in New England? Yeah, buddy, better get some clam chowder on that flight back home. And then we have the Steelers and Dolphins. I think the Steelers are going to start making moves because the Dolphins are in disarray right now. I like.
Nope. I heard Tua coming back. I think they said Tua coming back.
Well, Tua coming back?
Know.
That's even the more reason for me to take the Steelers, because his ass.
Hell no.
I'm taking the Steelers.
No. If Tua back, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Man,
if he's not back, I go with the Steelers. It depends if he's back or not.
I can't take a quarterback when his brain is scrambled. Man, come on. This
I
man
don't care.
He shouldn't be on the field. They're endangering this man's life. That man should be home.
We had Carson Wentz on the field. Doing dang well, he wasn't worth crap, and we still played him. And I felt like Tua better than him after that MVP run he had, after that MVP season win. I don't care what nobody say. If Tua never went down, I think the Dolphins will still either be undefeated or have one loss. I still stand on that.
Now,
I still stand on that. So,
I mean, that's a boss move though. You got Carson Wentz, who's the starting quarterback, but then the backup comes in and wins the Super Bowl. It reminds me of Hostetler with Phil Simms. And then Hostetler left to go get money to play for who? The Raiders. The Raiders always go get those Super Bowl dudes. And then, poof, it'd be nothing. It's up out of there. It's worthless. Them Super Bowl dudes. Yeah, one guy's FC. People got to understand that just because you had a good game in the Super Bowl, it doesn't mean that you're a great player. Now, I'm not saying you're a bad player, but the Super Bowl is not really a game. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about when I say that. They're not really a game. The Super Bowl is more like an event. It's, all these cameras and the plane, the jets flying over the stadium, and people are interview, press day and media day and all this and that. That game is more like an event. And it seems to me like the players who are distracted the least are the ones who perform well. When you see, he had a bad Super Bowl, he probably was freaking distracted. Look at all the shit they put those guys through during the Super Bowl. You got to talk to the media. You got Belichick taping practices and all that. That whole Super Bowl thing, man. It's just, bro, it's just a mess over there. With a Super Bowl, it's not. I get it. It's hard to win those joints, but it's also hard to stay focused when playing in those games, because it is utterly a disaster when guys are trying to get focused and get their reps in. There's nothing normal. See, if one thing I know, when I used to play, now look, I only played high school football. I did play a little semi-pro league in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but that team was trash. I mean, we were just bad. But, it was still semi-pro. They call it semi-pro, whatever. And I know once you need continuity. Once you get out of your regular schedule, your running day, your lifting day, your film day, all of that stuff. If you are not in sync and you take something out of the norm, you don't eat something like you normally do during a game week, it does throw you off. And I find it hard that people that play in the Super Bowl can still stay on that said schedule like they had during the season. I don't see it happening. I don't see it. It's almost impossible. It really is.
Or you could just have a bad day.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
hey, it's a one game, one outcome kind of thing, brother. That's just what it is. So those are our picks for the NFL Week 7. Titans Eagles are actually got a bye week. I wish they didn't because I bet against them bastard because I need my get back. I'm so
So
pissed
we
off.
still undefeated.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I mean, can you list the undefeated teams that did nothing? Could I interest you in those Patriots? Remember they were undefeated? What happened to them? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them.
You better hope you win, because if you don't, oh good God, you gonna get it.
Oh man. Well, hey, listen, depends on what happens. Now, we always like to end the show on a gaming note because we are gamers here, and this is Xbox Nation. Therefore, PS fanboys, close your ears, lock your doors, and hide your kids. I did want to talk a little bit about that whole Call of Duty saga here. They're still bitching about Call of Duty. Now, did you know that Microsoft went and got the same lawyers that blocked that Nvidia freaking merger? They're trying to put hollow points in this pistol now. They mad, big mad.
I didn't know that, but somebody wrote a letter to the CMA saying that Sony effed up. I know they effed up with that Silent Hill deal.
Yeah. Not only did they F up with the Silent Hill deal, they gave falsified numbers on what the revenue that Activision Games brings into them. And they should have known way better than that. And I'm going to tell you why. Don't you know Activision keeps the receipts for their properties? You can't go in telling lies when Activision has the numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of those females that take their kid's father to court and say, oh, he don't pay that in child support, and he's got the stubs. He's got the receipts. And what are you talking about? They take this out of my check every week. What are you talking about? And then Sony went out there and said, hey, we make $300-400 million in revenue in COD. And then Activision, they snipped it. They didn't give you the number, but they did show that whatever numbers that Sony gave to the CMA were not the same numbers that Activision and Microsoft gave to the CMA. So you might have a little bit of problems there. You might have, Microsoft might be able to say, hey, look, they're in collusion. These dudes are trying to, stop this deal. I don't think they're trying to stop the deal, to be honest with you.
Stalling the deal.
They're stalling the deal. There is two things going on
that Sony. There's something going on that Sony trying to stall a little bit longer so something can happen, or Microsoft to get them a longer deal.
Yes,
or a better
there
deal.
you go, brother. That's the third thing that's happening. The number one thing is they're stalling the deal. That's number one. Number two, the CMA is looking at a $2 trillion company and saying, what can we get from them in order to get this deal approved? Because they figured if you have $2 trillion market capital, we can get more than the $70 billion. If you're putting $68.8 billion on the table, we know we can get you for at least $1 billion to give to our government, to give us subscription freaking discounts on Windows or whatever you have, LinkedIn, all of that shit that Microsoft owns. That's what happens. That's the difference when a homeless man, God forbid, shout out to the homeless people if anybody's down bad like that. When they're down at the highway exit ramp, they're not going over to the cars that are beat down. They're going over to the BMWs, the Cadillacs, the Mercedes. That's what they're going to, asking them, can you help? We'll work for food.
Chicago homeless people. I don't care what car you got. You got some change, you got $1, and the beat up cars get the most money.
They do.
Hard to believe.
But that's how it always is. Rich people want to hold on to their money. That's the last thing a rich person wants to do, is to give up more money. And that's why they were, because here's, now I was reading, everybody's an acquisition and merger lawyer now all of a sudden. They all come out of the woodworks now. But I do remember one guy, and I'll have the piece up next week, or during Monday's show. Tomorrow's show I'll have it up, because tomorrow's show is going to be more about gaming. And he was talking about how the CMA will push the deal through if Microsoft pays a fine for purchasing, the active. I'd never heard of such a thing. Like, he's basically saying that they'll say, all right, fine, you want to buy Call of Duty and take, do whatever you want with it, but the concessions that they're talking about is, okay, we need $1 billion. That, because they'll call it, I forget, you can't call it hush money. It's like some kind of fine or some shit that they're paying in order for the deal to get processed through. It's almost like some lobbyist shit where they would have to pay the money. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Microsoft wants to pay that. Because when a rich company wants to stay rich,
something, why would I pay a fine for me buying something?
Yeah, they don't want to pay it. They was like, yo, we don't want to pay that. Like, that's why they're fighting the CMA heavy like that. It's because you got to understand, Microsoft didn't reach their projections in the last quarter either. I'm not saying they lost a bunch of money, but they didn't reach their projections and they're laying off people. So the last thing they're going to want to do is say, look, oh yeah, we'll just pay the fine. Because they can't just say that. Because your shareholders are going to have a problem with that. They're going to be like, yo, why are we paying this amount of money out or whatever? The shareholders will have something to say. You can't just say, oh, I'm paying. We're going to pay it. That's the whole point. Rich people like to stay rich. So you're not going to make any money by just giving it away. So they will they're going to fight whatever kind of money, the CMA thinks that they can get out of them. They're going to fight it. And that's why they went and got that lawyer, the super lawyers that went and stopped that the video merger for going through. Because as we can see, there's so many holes in that that phase 1 that they went through. It was so many holes in there. Oh my God. It was just, I like one of the best things I like about Microsoft's counter arguments was they said, you mentioned Sony 52 times and you only mentioned the customers 10 times. This is absolute proof that you dudes are going, your loyalty is with this company. I think Brazil, you can call them corrupt. You can call Brazil whatever you want. I think Brazil looked at it with neutral eyes and came out with the best observation of the deal. Because Brazil was like, look, I can't say that you won't foreclose on them, but that many people don't play Call of Duty for you to say that, oh, it's a detriment if you take it away. Nintendo's surviving without it. Steam doesn't have it. Like, bro, they broke their legs. Like, yo, Jim Ryan didn't have a leg to stand on after Brazil beat his ass with he beat his legs in. And I'm telling you right now, if you don't think that the FTC is not going to see exactly what Brazil is saying, you're fooling yourself. It's the same deal, bro. That's why the FTC, they make their decision on November 8th. That's when they say, hey, look, this deal. But actually, they're not going to make an announcement. You'll see Microsoft make that announcement on November 8th. Microsoft's going to come out and say, hey, the FTC has found no issues with the Activision Blizzard merger. The concessions that we agreed to is probably something like, we agreed to not increase the price of Game Pass. Or it could be something to like, we'll agree to keep Call of Duty.
But you know why they picked that date, right?
Oh, yeah, the date before God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I did a show on, I think it was Friday. And I said, wouldn't that be something if Microsoft takes all of that God of War thunder and just sucks it all up? Because everybody knows, you can say God of War is coming out. And I bought the game. I pre-ordered it. I'm giving Titus a copy. And you can say all of that. But Twitter is going to be flooded with the FTC approving the deal. Nobody's going to remember that. God of War, it's going to be a forgotten thing that day. Because even though God of War comes out on the 9th, you can play the game at midnight. You can play the game at midnight.
No, God of War comes out on the 8th.
On the 8th,
you got to remember, other countries get it a day early.
That's right. And you're right, Ty. There's a reason they pick. I'm telling you right now. And look, you can call me, a conspiracist or this and that. Microsoft is one of the biggest lobbyists for the U.S. government. Everybody knows that. That's what they do. The U.S. government runs on Windows, not Mac or iOS. So you're telling me that Microsoft didn't say, hey, if you guys come to a decision yet? Yeah, we have a decision. Well, let's announce this on November 8th. Because everybody knows, because here's what I'm hearing. And I'm not an insider or anything. I have been told, I've been looking at this deal crazy like everybody. I was told that Microsoft already knows the answer that the FTC has given them. That's why you see Satya Nadella out here saying, we're very, very confident about competition. He's saying that for a reason. And when Hogue Law even backed that up, when Hogue Law said, hey, Hoagland said that Satya Nadella is talking as if there is a consent decree being negotiated. Like they're already saying, okay, the deal is fine. Hogue said that, and when Nadella was saying it, he's very, very confident. He's saying that lets him know that Microsoft knows something what the FTC's decision is going to be. They already know it. They already know because they gave them all of that information for the second phase. That was back in the summertime. That was in the summer when they gave them all that. They gave that.
Now I want you to think about this before you finish your statement. How you think the internet gonna take? Because they're not gonna announce it like 7, 8 in the morning. They gonna let God of War get his praise.
Well, I say about 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern time.
I'm gonna say about 11.
Yeah.
About 11.
Yeah.
So because you know it's gonna be a whole bunch of floods of God of War is just this, and then right smack dab on top, bam, Activision has been approved.
Absolutely.
Do you know that they heart?
Yeah, it's gonna take, bro. I guarantee you, there will be ponies in Twitter Spaces talking about the Activision deal more than playing God of War. I'm telling you right now. They're going to stir up the spaces about how, well, the CMA could still stop the deal and the EU could still stop the deal. And I guarantee you, somebody's going to say this too. Well, what did you expect? That's an American body, the FTC. You knew they were going to approve the deal. You know, all that talk is going to be out there. All of it. And I can't wait for it. I got 2 weeks. What is it? We got about 2 weeks? So we hear that for about 2 weeks.
Yeah, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks before these guys start hanging from their ceilings. This is going to be fun, boy. Woo, I'm so glad. See, that's one of the things I'm glad that the baseball season's over. Because now I can focus on trolling people. This is the fun stuff. You know, we're looking at about 2 weeks here. Yeah, 1 week. About 2 weeks. A little over 2 weeks. 2 weeks and a couple days. Yeah, so they're saying that Microsoft already knows what the FTC is going to say. Because keep in mind, Ty, the FTC cannot approve deals. They can't say, oh, it's okay, your deal is approved. They can only stop them. So what the FTC has probably already told Microsoft, we're not going to stop the deal. We just need you to make sure that you don't raise the prices of Game Pass. And that 3-year deal you promised Phil Spencer, you got to honor that if he agrees to sign it. That's what they're probably going to say.
Yeah, but they rejected it, didn't it?
They did. They
did.
Deal. They did reject the deal.
So if I wouldn't even make them do it, they rejected it.
Well, that's why it's a concession. They're saying, look, here's the deal. If he wants the deal, then you have to give it to him, is what they're saying. They're saying, look, you can't say that you were going to do something and then now say, well, no, that's not on the table anymore. That's all. They just want Microsoft to be true to their word in public because you got to watch what you say about these things in public when you're talking about when you're going to acquire something because they can hold your feet to the fire on it. And that's what's happening here where they're going to say, hey, look, we gave them the 3-year deal. That's what they're going to tell them. Look, you can't raise the price of Game Pass. And let's give you you got to honor that 3-year deal that you're going to give them, which is going to bring them to 2027. I believe by 2027 you have a new Xbox and a new PlayStation, and I don't think Call of Duty is going to be on there. I mean that's for another show, but that's called strategy. Keep everybody comfortable for the next 5 years. Keep everybody.
They're gonna give them Warzone. I mean, they're gonna have Warzone now.
Absolutely, they're gonna give them Warzone, but you keep them comfortable for 5 years. 5 years, you keep them comfortable, and then you drop another banger in a couple of years. In 2024, another banger, Call of Duty, and then hell, if I'm Microsoft, I don't drop the next one till 2027, and that's when you say, hey, it's only on Xbox. But that's for another show, another time. I got to get my butt to church. I'm sitting here with a dress shirt on and drawers. I got to get my suit on and get the heck up out of here. Ty, I appreciate you coming through. We're gonna try to do this around the same time every Sunday if you can. It's great. I greatly appreciate it. I'll take care of you when we take off or whatever. I might send you some Eagles toilet paper or something. We don't know.
I hang it around the house. Let it fly.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't want. Oh, God, please let them lose next week. Oh, man. All right, brother. Thanks for coming through.
I don't care if we lose. I just didn't want to lose to y'all.
No, that's all right. We get our get back. All right, brother.
But if y'all. All right.
Thanks for coming through.
Now you're gonna do it on Monday, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. We're doing it tomorrow. Come through. It's gonna be tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Wherever you're free. I know you're on Central Time, right?
Yeah. You working in the afternoon?
Yeah. I get out at 4. I get out at 4 o'clock. So.
Okay, I get off at 4:30. Okay, yeah. So I'll be at home.
All right. So just let me know whatever works for you. Send me a